Guys, Edison format is just the best format of all time. I literally low key in the scene, or not in the scene, but I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention now. I'm starting to pay attention. And as you can see, this is the morphtronic deck, wombo combo variant, not the control variant with stumbling, featured on E3's channel about a year ago. And yeah, I was experimenting with the control version, but I'm just a deck building fanatic, bro. I got 3 different decks. I like. Guys, Edison format is the best format of all time. I have 3 different decks to show off. One of them is this morphtronic combo with junk box. This card is cracked. With the power tool variant. Yeah, man, I've been grind, I've been on my deck building shit. My arc. I've been on my deck building arc, and I've been I'm working on a new yugioh list that right now is like horrendously bad. I'm trying to work on Norlaris Yubel. And I was like on some weird shit. Not weird shit. And I was just trying to pull off like a 5 card combo basically, and it was very bricky. But yeah, let's see. One of the other decks was a water beat. I wanted to make a water beat. This is the older version. This is me trying it with Diva, and then this is like the newest version with future. Oh no, this is not the newest version. And I was trying my water beat deck with Aqua Spirit, cool control card, change battle position, special summonable, revivable. Kind of like a worse Miracle Fusion though, but like it's just cool to have monsters with interruptions. I feel like monsters with interruptions effects are like what this format is kind of missing in a way. Like most decks will get blown out by Trunade Cold Wave into like JD shenanigans, but this card. I mean, I'm not trying to play around that with this card, but this card, card like one of the main reasons Gigabyte is so good is their monsters have interruptions. Stardust and Titanium, quick effect negates. Very rare in this format. And Aqua Spirit has like a cool control effect to change their battle positions and not let them change on the opponent's turn. And it's like, damn. And the third deck is Gemini Control, which is basically, if you're looking at this, it's probably an abomination. And to be honest, it is. Um, yeah. Oh god, let's not even talk about self-destruct button. But I was trying to experiment. Anyways, yeah, this is just insane, unhinged. Yeah, if you play modern, it's like Eldritch basically. Um, and there's a ton of mistakes, like hindsight things. Like I would obviously not be playing 7 tools. I've been and possibly not start a Starlight at this point, because I'm trying to play Royal Oppression. These 2 cards conflict, and yeah, this list is like, yeah, I'm adapting a new package in Edison format, which I'm taking inspiration from the RBET that happened. Um, with this game state inspired me heavily. This ancient forest, and then the Lightsworn player had Royal Oppression. This game state was so like interesting. It's like what decks can play around this? And obviously, this grand finals was awesome, right? If you know, you know. The game kind of it gets put to a crawl, and with these 2 floodgates up, and it's like who's gonna come out on top, that type of thing. And it inspired me to make a deck list that's like what deck could play around these 2 cards efficiently. And I'll be talking about that later. Yeah, we're gonna get into the first replay here with my Morphtronic power tool shenanigans deck against Gladiator Beasts. See the vibe. Yeah, so I just start with just summon Radon Pass. There's an argument to like whip out Self-On to try to do stuff, but like I don't know. I really don't. Honestly, I don't know. I could have just like Self-On try to hit like Scoped In. If you know how, let me see. Yeah, so the cool like combos with this deck is like remote 10 searches. Let me see where the hell is the list. Yeah, so like you remote 10, like let's say I Self-On, hit a remote 10, go into Armory Arm, and then I repair unit for like a remote 10, and then banish Self-On, search Self-On. The third one, go into Power Tool and do all, and then search for DDR, and then you could DDR Self-On. I didn't really feel like doing all that, so I just summon right on pass, and I get kind of severely punished with Tiger Test Sekitor, which the latest Gladiator Beast player had some very interesting, or Jake over here, he had very interesting adaptations to Gladiator Beast, and he was not main decking Sekitor. And he's playing 2 Tiger and other things. You can just check out his decklist. But yeah. So I kind of get punished. He's resolving Sekitor turn 2, which is tough. He's gonna let the quarry up, summon the big man, or Klinos negate all my traps, which are spell traps, and I'm like, damn, I have 4 spell traps, he has 2 back row. Looking pretty unwinnable, right? So I pitch this, which I'm pretty sure this stands for cost, and you have to have a morphtronic in graveyard for it to be activatable. So I kind of set this up in a way, like I kind of wanted to like reborn Radon and like try to bait back row if need be, but then I kind of got punished. So I target self on, pitch self on, target self on like Lumina. He doesn't negate, surprisingly. Um, so I use the effect. Let's see. Oh, Gamba. Bro, I hit a 1. That's crazy. There's a machine dupe. Normal summon self on. Here's a second try. Gamba. Oh my god. Yo, I hit though. Face sling in. This will out. Klinos under bottomless and deep prison. Love to see it. Yo, hit 2, still cook. All right, boys. So I out the thing. I attack. And main 2, I was thinking, I'm like, what the heck could these back rows be? And this could have potentially been like a throw. Like, why would you not at these two? Yeah, I don't know. But I was just thinking, I was like, I feel like I might as well heavy now, so I did. So kind of unhinged of me, but you know, plus I wanted to set a back row. And he has a GB. Hit the GB. Roll 1 because of course. But then I top deck junk box, which is basically the go. This card is like cracked. Here we go. Actually hit a 4, and then here I'm just thinking because it's kind of you know, there's technically combo lines. They're like, I honestly don't know what the combo lines should be, but there's combos. Maybe something in defense. Maybe go into like Android or something. I was trying to learn. I was trying to see how I could OTK, but I don't know. Um. Anyways, yeah. So I'm kind of confused by my opponent's opener here. They set Segitor set 3. I feel like you should have just normal summoned this so your Cherry would be live, but and honestly probably even summon BSCR just to get into play and not play into like bottomless or something. Obviously, I've been trying to play deck lists that don't play deep versus the bottomless. I feel like those cards are a little linear, but I mean, everyone plays them, and it's like, yeah, who am I, right? Anyways, so this is one of the cool things about this deck. And it's 1 for 1. This card is cracked. I don't see enough Morphtronic players play it. 1 out of 2 Morphtronics. There's a 50-50 chance they're playing this in their deck. When honestly, it should be 100% because this card is just way too cracked. Unless you're playing like a control variant that wants to play compression or something, which would be weird. But then anyways, the thing that's great about this card is that it puts a Morphtronic in your graveyard, which facilitates repair unit and other things, right? Roten. I remember Roten. Oh, Gamba time. Oh my, of course I hit the 1, because of course. Because, you know, I'm just so lucky. This is illegal. But I'm basically just going to set 2. I do realize this is illegal for, yeah, this can only equip the power tool or 4 or higher. Yeah, he sets Bestiari and then he contacts. And I just saw him because F that. Yep, and he's just chilling. We have the damage contender, which, you know, I love me some damage contenders. I've been trying it in a lot of decks. Yeah, damage condenser. I've been fitting and try to test it in multiple decks, and it makes a lot of sense in this one. It's basically a recruiter if you think about it. Your recruiter that is, can I say harder to play around? I don't know. Good players don't really fall for recruiters, but good players also probably don't run into this card or play into it often. But it's basically a recruiter, and self-on is 100 attack, so it's basically always gonna like bring out self-on or remote 10 or something like that. So yeah, pretty interesting. So I actually hit what I landed 3. Okay, hit the remote 10, and then this is the cool thing. Get the banish to search. Love to see it. And then yeah, you still have your normal summon because of the 1-for-1, which allows you to climb with armory arm. And I go into power tool. He says you might have a response. And unfortunately, I actually drew too many equips. So I only run 5 equips, which there might be an argument to run like more equips, like maybe 3 and 3, because I'm running 2, 2, 1 with double tool, which is kind of it's like a copium OTK card that allows you to gain 1,000 attack on an attack. And it's like, you know, boombox and gain 2,000 plus Radion 800, do like a ton of damage, which could be cool. It's just like I don't know why it's just like here for a target, I guess. I mean, I need to do more testing. That's the thing with Edison is like I love deck building, but you don't truly know or feel out a deck until you actually test it. And like, you know, obviously I can put a lot of thought into a deck list and like try to remember all the tech cards and ratios and all the thing. But the joy in the game is actually playing it, and I feel like I need to like not be scared. But yeah, Or power tool gets bounced. You test how your Secretary does. You can't do this. I damage condenser. Yeah, I'm Secretary's resolving. Feels bad, man. But I bring on my boy. So basically, yeah, in this theory, like technically, like if I just had a set rat instead of this, that's basically like having a recruiter. It's like, oh, he attacks it, it goes into self on. But then like he attacked me, like rat would have not even died there. It just would have just got flipped, which I guess I'd have to spend a battle phase, but then I play into force. I guess I don't know. Yeah. Um, but it's a pretty versatile card. It does require a discard, but and of course, he died. Yeah, I had one because of course, yeah, I bait. I foolish burial. Yeah, because I'm trying to like bait his negate, which he does take the bait. Honestly, I don't even think there's a good foolish here unless there was like I don't know, a dandy or something. There really was not a good foolish. Anyways, DDR, summon thing in defense for level 4, and then I just get forced, and that's it. That's yeah, the game is done. I somehow draw this grenade that I put back into the deck. So yeah, you hate to see it. Didn't I win game 1? That's crazy. Oh yeah, and and oh yeah, this is what I hate about yeah, I'm not gonna play singles against people because he offered rematch. I accept rematch. I offer rematch. Doesn't accept rematch. On some best of one like master duel type shit. It's like, oh, I want in on my win. Like, God, like, can we just play a match, please? That's my B. I should just not play singles. Anyways, now we move on to the water deck. Um, I keep forgetting if this is the list I'm using because it does not feel like the list. To be honest, I think it's this diva version with Future Vision, which I've been trying to shove in every single deck that I play, including my eligible style decks. I do have a Winged Rhinos control deck that I will show later in the video. That does play Future Vision, so stay tuned. Um, Here's Water Beat. This was yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an older version of the deck. I was playing like 3 oceans just as an experiment because I was playing, I'm playing the water booster, which is like you'll see a cool interaction where it's like 2 oceans is kind of cool, right? So he sets him against Black Wings. Looks like summon the ocean, get punished. Yeah, I was trying return. Maybe this is not the best choice. Summons a thing. Pain. All right. Draw torrential, set everything. Unfortunately, he snipes it. Unfortunately. He doesn't whirlwind. It's very interesting. Maybe he only plays one value. Anyways, he synchros. He plays around force, which is interesting. I see her, and I resolve it in this funky way, just so people. I don't know. Just it's more satisfying to resolve it in this way. Um, they can't see the card. I basically show them that no weird shit with like shuffling hand and like whatever. But yeah. So I resolve, draw force. Love to see it. Kinda. He's playing around it. I force. He sends the value thing. Summons the thing. Bottomless. Standby. Get back my ocean. Yeah, so the cool thing is like 2 oceans. Like it kind of reminds me of like Evil Twins, or it's like if you destroy one on summon, the other one will summon the other one from the deck or some shit or something like that. And like, yeah, yeah, it's just like you have to deal with both oceans in one turn, or else the ocean will just recycle the other ocean. I think that's cool. This is why I love Edison format. But unfortunately, I get hit with the main deck Lightning Vortex. You can see it. Yeah, and then I'm thinking, oh, I'm cooked. This is lethal, but then he doesn't put the android in attack, and I'm like, bro, horse is literally gone. But whatever. I cold wave for literally no reason. Yeah, I don't know what I was cooking. I mean, I'm basically cooked. Like, could I have even? I mean, I could have salvaged potentially, but that doesn't even do anything. Anyways, he collutes his arm wing, which this card is negated by value. But yeah, that's lethal. Um, all right. Next game, I cold wave for no reason again, or maybe I cold wave because like I feel like Stratos into like a set card is like kind of good. Like I feel like Stratos going second is like way better than going first, but maybe that. But honestly, that's a lie. Maybe not a lie. It's just a like there's like a guaranteed quote unquote value because you can attack it to a monster, and it's like technically not. It's not a +1, or it's kind of a -1 for them to kill your shadows. So it's like guaranteed value where it's like if you need guaranteed value going first, you need other cards, right? You need shadows plus like a discard for a Mali, or like for example, you need to draw the Phoenix Wing. But yeah, so it's pretty chill. Some of the shadows, some of the ocean. Yeah, I've been trying to put shadows and future fusion into like all my decks because they're just too broken. Like they're just like future fusion is just way too broke. Like I swear that card trades like 1 for 2 all the time, bro. Like it's actually crazy. Anyways, he Raico's my Stratos because he has to. Here comes the Whirlwind. Unfortunately, I did not set a book or anything that relevant. I guess I was trying to play around Storm. Maybe book was the better set here, but I think I didn't. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't see Whirlwind game 1 because he held it. So yeah. So it bounces dude because I don't want him to search. Summon the Ocean. Defend it with my Revealing Light, and this was another. I was trying to test this in the decks as well. I was just trying to test a random Revealing Light, and like, I mean, in this deck it kind of makes sense. I mean, Gravity Bind as well because I mean we have level 3s, and we could potentially boost them up with Umiruka and like other stuff. There was another version of the list where I was playing Starboy, which you will see later. Let me get rid of this. But yeah, Ocean defended by Book of Moon, and then I flip this. No Searchy. Lures. First I didn't Crow against me. That's crazy. That's crazy because like that's crazy. He thought I was a Miracle Fusion deck. Anyways, yeah, unfortunately no shoutouts for me. As for defense, oh, here's the Star Boys. Never mind. I don't think I'm playing the Diva version of this list. I'm pretty sure I'm just playing potentially this list with Emissary and Mad Lobster. Yeah, I love Emissary of the Afterlife as well. I've been trying to put this card in decks because like it's basically a gadget if you think about it. Like a Goblin Zombie, but for normal monsters, you can kind of like try to make a beatdown deck with it because it replaces itself. It's kind of cool. Anyways, I summoned the homie. Yeah, so this was the theory of the deck where I'm just trying to like make big water monsters that have good effects. For example, Fenrir and Starboy plus the field spell makes like a 1500 like boosts by like 1,000, which is cool. Um, yeah. So we attack. He has the force, unfortunate. Flips on me. Yep. Doesn't Armageddon, that's interesting. I feel like Armageddon, like even if this is a torrential, it's like you got the value you wanted off the card. Anyway, so I get that shooted here. So this was obviously like you could even argue, activate swords earlier, set torrential earlier, so you won't get dust shoot for the rest of the game. Then he takes Fenrir, and it's like, I guess he knows that I have a book, I think. Maybe he doesn't. But it's like, this card literally is like the least threatening card out of all these cards. Like, these are like one of, and I mean, he can't pick these, but the Seer will get me into another good card. And Fenrir, even with the Book of Moon, does kill this. It prevents a draw. But like, you have 3 amazing normal summons after that, and I have to waste a book on your Shura. So I don't agree with this. But like literally who cares? So I light, trying to figure it out, what I'm saying, trying to test it. He draws a Rhoda, pitches, summons a value. I decide the book because I don't want him to search and get a pitch off his Grepher. He does this to just check defenses, I guess, even though like I didn't really ask. So I find the salvage, and this is like, yeah, this is kind of the synergy. Like if you get deck dev, you can just salvage back your monsters, and it's kind of a cool +1. Also with Starboy, it's like Starboy is kind of like a field spell. It just boosts up your monsters. And if you have the Aqua Spirit with Starboy, you just have a 21 that just hits the field. Like special summon, normal summon, special summon Aqua Spirit, normal summon Starboy, and just like 2k beater out of nowhere that contests other monsters because of its control effect. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Swing over the guy. Summon the homie, protected by Revealing Light. He summons Armageddon, sends the Plague, draw the Fenrir, whatever. I just kind of pass because I can. And this is probably the biggest misplay my opponent has made. As you can see, Central's on the field. A normal summons. Wait a minute. I just realized it says, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon. Damn, I didn't even. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is not how this card works. He's supposed. Oh, wait, no, he did tribute. I'm tripping. Anyways, yeah. He ain't gonna get his searches. He tries to, but I explain it to him. It's so over, and I'm just like, yo, how did this happen? How did I just go from like, yeah, Torrential is an amazing card. Fenrir Ocean, love to see it. Yeah, see, I like these water special summons. Like, I love having a special summon and a normal summon, and like those being my cool resources. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so he beats over this. He honestly should have banished it. And I just have Rain, and I just have the GOAT, Aqua Spirit. Obviously, I have not shown the replay where like this card actually goes crazy, but you'll see later. I think it's in this replay. Yeah, this replay is a grind. You'll see. So surprisingly, he has rivalry, which I guess technically is good in my deck against my deck, but we'll see. And the deck dev, which I don't agree with, but we'll see. Or I guess not that I don't agree. It's just I have the salvage, right? So here it comes. Here, like what is this deck? What? I just look at my deck looks completely different. Yeah, I got stumbling and Uruka, and a ton of stalls. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my bearings. And this deck's looking like Vibe Turbo with double value set. That's crazy. I draw my boss monster, Blizzard Dragon. Let's go. Let's go. So I was like overthinking with this card in this replay, or I was like trying to like contest a set all the time. Draw pass, contest this set, attack that set. So I didn't know what he had, and I was trying to like fend, I don't know, Raikou or something. So this is the power of stumbling. Basically, this card is gonna like infinitely Book of Moon your monsters, their monsters, or half book, I guess, because it's flipping face down. And you just have an attack monster in play that's gonna attack over their majority of the time weak defense monsters, because for most people the attack matters the most. Yeah, he sets. Honestly, you should have just normal summoned it, because if you flip summon it, it will get flipped into defense by this card. Which is kind of cool because this makes your cards like double Book of Moons basically. Like if they normal summon, switch to attack, try to attack, Book of Moon it. They have to spend another turn flipping it face up, and it goes to defense again. So Anyways, I get rivalried. Kind of unfortunate. He has the Whirlwind. I had Bottomless. Attack my Blizzard. I try to summon Aquasphere, but I forget there's rivalry. Here comes the Soroko. Hate to see it, but it's fine. I attack. He deck devs me. No deck devs here, baby. Um, yeah, Lightning Vortex for a Blizzard Dragon. Very interesting. It's fine. It's not that big a deal, guys. I compulse because I maybe think that there's a Caius or something. And I don't want to deal with that because if a Caius comes down, it kind of just cooks. I mean, it doesn't necessarily cook me, but it's gonna be annoying to like deal with that. Here comes Mirror Force. I explained to him the ruling, which it's fine. Anyways, he summons a thing. Searches Gale. Oh, he tries to go in Black Rose. He tries to go to Black Rose, but that's not how that works. Because of rivalry. You can't just change attributes when you want. You have to make sure they're all face down. But you can't tribute summon. So is the burial. You could argue that this burial was a misplay because he has multiple values in the graveyard. Anyways, I draw Starboy. I salvage it. I summon. Put this to attack. Heavy Storms. I chain this, which kind of was silly because I thought Aqua Spirit prevented attacks, but it just changes. It just prevents changing of battle positions. But yeah, he's gonna pull up. He's gonna reduce my attack. He's gonna kill my monsters. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's when I realized. But then this is the glory. A top deck Aqua Spirit. You love to see it. Banish Aqua Spirit. Normal summon Starboy. Holy. Kill this. And this is the great thing about this card. Is that it can contest multiple threats on the field. Obviously I have Mirror Force. And I mean, that technically deals with this field, but like just check this out. I mean, but technically I didn't even need it because I have Road, but I will not Road, Light. But I mean I will need it later. Anyways, I flipped this to defense. This is the one that is the one that came from Bayou. And then boom, next turn. Change this to defense, baby. Dealing with slowly grinding, dealing with the threats. Obviously, I can't choice by battle, but another counter. Get the Seer. Yeah, I've been trying Seer in multiple decks as well, even the Glitch style decks. Because it's basically like a pot or a duality, And obviously it's pretty slow, but I've been trying it, trying to drive for consistency. You know what I'm saying? So we put this to attack, and I decide, yeah, whatever. Anyways, so that goes away. I put a stumbling, and I have to modulate a lot of attack, which is a pain. You know, it's fine. So yeah, my only way to out this card is hilariously a Mirror Force. Because like can't be stored by battle, and I have no way to deal with that. So yeah. Anyways, at this point, it's just beatdown mode. He can force freeze this, which you know is kind of silly. So I can just special summon it. But he also did it for his cores, so you know. And honestly, I don't even think I should have special summoned it again. Probably should have just waited until he put these into attack, so I can change their battle positions. Because I realized, oh wait, they're already in defense because of stumbling. So yeah, he's gonna beat over Morocco, which sucks. Yeah. So also, I kind of big attack, but also stumbling lowers it. This also lowers defense, so it's like yeah, a bit of a anti synergy. Here comes Sura. Gonna attack this. I'm gonna set this. This is what I mean by book is kind of like a double book. Here goes my Aqua Sad. Here comes my Blizzard boss monster, and I forget that these two are stumbling, which is like fine. Yeah. I stopped this from attacking. Here comes the Blizzard. Summons a Bronic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his Bronic does gain attack, but like that doesn't really matter. And yeah, my Seers are 1,100 because of the two boosters. I was able to deal with that. Deal with the Shura. Here comes this guy, which I have a lot of low-level waters in play. There's also another water support card that like banishes 2 waters and summon 2 water tokens that are low level, which could be good with this card, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like it's too slow, but who knows? Anyways, there goes the dude. Yeah, so I think I should have like trashed Sears with this token. I think that was a misplay I made. Anyways, here comes the salvage. Yeah, recycling like a pot of duality is kind of cool. Here comes the Star Boy. At 2,800 boss monster that sacrifices other cards and not be destroyed. You love this is cool. Yeah, so low key, not gonna lie, decks that don't have back row will probably just have a hard time with this deck because like I basically designed this deck to like just beat their monsters, you know. But then obviously I'm vulnerable to back row, and eventually I adapt these type of mid range control decks to include Triple Dust Tornado, which I do show off in another deck list that I will show you at the end of the video. You just kind of summoning monsters to stay alive. Here comes the Seer. Grab my Blizzard Dragon. Summon a second Starboy. 3,300 sea creature, boss monster thing. Yeah, this is unlosable. Except for the fact that he has this sorcerer, but anyways. Bottomless, and yeah. So that's cool. He could have Blizzard, but like, what Synchro 6 gets him out of the situation, like, deals with a fifth like these that my field and plus my follow up. So yeah. Um Pretty cool. I'm probably gonna keep trying with this deck later, like some type of Aqua Spirit control deck. Because this card is just cool. I mean, that was the point of stumbling. There's kind of some anti synergy with these cards, but yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised. I mean, shit. This card can't play around for repression, but you know. Anyways, next replay, another water. This is the Diva version, with Future Fusion and Heroes. I'm pretty sure because Strategy is busted. So let's see. This is the Diva version. Yeah, with less oceans to Stratos. I mean, I think I had Stratos last deck list. With Divas and Gilman. He's kind of like a Star Boy. So it's like why play Star Boy when there's Gilman? Well, Gilman boosts Aquas, Sea Serpents, and Fishes. And that is, I mean, Sea Hunter is and Sea Serpent, Aqua is an Aqua. Blizzard's a dragon though, and this guy's a beast. And Ocean is a warrior, so I mean, he has applications, but you know, he's also level 3, which plays around behind. But anyways, here comes Future Fusion. Yeah, so I'm against Hero Beat, and I kind of get wrecked by their back row, which is what I realize is like the main problem with this deck. It was a Future Fusion and Salvage turn 1, and I set a Seer, so it's like you have to cut. I'm trying to get everything I need. Like, anyways, see this card is just too broken. Like Salvage Future Fusion, like guys. Anyways, I mean y'all know what's up. Here comes Stratos. Stratos going second, very good. Let's see what I pick here. So I'm gonna. Oh, a second Seer and Revealing Light. Okay, so yeah, obvious choice. I have the Revealing Light. And I guess another Seer is like, but like I don't know, it's kind of redundant. Anyways, what's the bottom? Sets the Hero Blast. Anyways, this is the cool thing about Diva is that Diva kind of facilitates more waters in the graveyard. Also, for salvage and other things. So yeah, I mean, more waters for Aqua. That's kind of what I thought. It's like Diva is kind of just one of the best water sport cards. Obviously, this card plays into oppression, but Anyways, a synchro is a hero blast. Doesn't do anything right now. Alias, set the dude. Here comes, yeah. See that, like, this card is like this card enabled my salvage, and now it's bringing an absolute zero into play, and the opponent just has to deal with that. Anyways, a normal Diva. He's thinking, I swing. He sparks, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that. You can draw a card, like that's fine. It's not necessarily a +1, so I'm like, it's just a 1-for-1 trade. So I'm like, okay, you can have that. But then he Hero Blast, and I'm like, okay, this is a +1, so I decide to Judgment. Yeah, Hero Blast is like honestly the better card. And here's my light, which unfortunately gets heavy. I'm just trying the card out. Eventually I end up testing Roar, or Threatening Roar, but not in this deck. There's like other decks. But yeah. So I get heavy, unfortunate. I mean, hey, look, he had to banish his hero from the field, but I guess he bricked. But it's just like kind of a way to like the strength of my deck that I can put a lot of waters in the graveyard. The strength of his deck is like Miracle Fusion. And obviously, like, I mean, what's wrong with me? Like, what? Why would you not play Miracle Fusion? I mean, I'm just trying different things. All right. Um, I'm basically just preferring to run like Blizzard Dragon shenanigans with Aqua Spirit instead of Miracle Fusions. Because this card banishes a water, one water, less chances of breaking. Basically, there's some ideas with the deck, right? Um, beat down, deal with monsters over several turns instead of just one turn. But yeah, so I try to bait bottomless by summoning the Blizzard Dragon, but this was kind of a dumb play. My initial plan was Aqua Spirit this card, so I could just beat over it because Gilman is boosting this Aqua Spirit to beat over in defense. But then I played I tried to bait this back row, which was a Typhoon. Which now I'm just committing more into this card, and I have no real way to deal with it. Right? So he summons the dude, sets another card. So yeah, I end up thinking a lot here, and I feel like this was the best play to play around Spark and like Hero Blast. Maybe not Hero Blast, but it was the best. This is the best play to play around Spark. I grabbed Diva Gilman, and that's my only Gilman. So I just summoned the Gilman, and these Gilmans boost each other, so I can beat over the Alias. And I'm basically beating over, like, having a bigger monster than Alias is like the most forcing thing in the Hero Beam matchup. But unfortunately, I'm staring down Absolute Zero. So I basically have to commit and deal with this card eventually. So that was why I summoned this. Here comes Future Fusion. This game is just completely over. So it's a 7-colored fish. Bro, this is the best format. Anyways, so I get my board wiped. Here comes Miracle Fusion. This game is over. Anyways. So I opened a pretty decent starting board. Yeah, so you're gonna see something terrible happen. So take note of something as well. Look at how much these matchups. Look at how much back row this guy has. I honestly feel like people are starting to put a lot of back row into their decks because of combo decks like Gigavise and Christia Sworn. Because it's like you're either gonna combo as hard as they are, or you're going to have enough things in back row in order to like deal with a blowout card, for example, Trinator Cold Wave, and then also deal with their monsters and then crazy bombs, right? That's what I've been trying to do with my decks recently. I basically want to out back row decks, other back row decks, or at least try to but also be good against combo, right? So man, so I side Smashing Ground to deal with to at least 1-for-1 with Absolute Zero effectively, but I end up getting cooked by this freaking Abyssal King Shark, man, which says once per turn, if this card will be destroyed by a card effect that does not target, it is not destroyed. And what do you know? My bottomless and my Smashing Ground does not target. That's crazy, bro. Anyways, he just sets 4, summons the dude. Yeah. Um, he typhoons. I don't know why. Oh, I get deep prisoned. Yeah, so this is like the problem with a lot of the with like Waterbeat, Gemini, the decks that I was making that's just trying to like it's just trying to stick on like cool like big monsters and like just beat the opponent. Yeah, I end up just playing very hard in the back row, which is why I'm just like I'm gonna put 3 Tornadoes in a lot of my back row decks because even frog decks are playing insane amount of back row unless you're playing like an OTK deck like Forgs, which is like the only deck, and even then it's like you can snipe a Reckless or something, and then Dust Tornado is also very good against Gigavize, so it's like you know, I mean I say very good, but like Typhoon's better because of Decree and stuff. So I lose my dude, sets the fish charge. Here comes Rhoda, and I end up forgetting that Stumbling's on the field. So yeah, this is how Stumbling can kind of turn on you. It's like, okay, now you have the attack position monster, and it's like I'm getting cooked now. Low key, it'd been funny to like saw on this card. Anyways, so I just wouldn't get beat down. Anyways, here comes the absolute menace. This is just super poly. Just oh my goodness. You'll see. Anyways, that Future Fusion, banish for Aqua, summon Ocean. Things are going great. I'm gonna put this to defense. I'm gonna get a Stratos for next turn, or maybe a Bubble Man, because I mean Stratos is kind of doesn't have any more targets. These are looking great for me. End phase. Oh baby, man, this is some BS, man. What did I do? What did I do, man? I try to innovate. I'm like, you know what? Maybe not innovate, but I'm just like I accept the fact that it's like okay, Diva and Heroes, they're just a bit they facilitate water monsters very well. Or Ocean. These are some of the best water monsters. I should be playing them in my water beatdown deck instead of what? What was this? Emissary of Darkness, Starboy, Mad Lobster Shenanigans. Granted, I love this deck. Like it synergizes with Afterlife synergizes with this card, which people have been playing a lot, and I'm trying to play as well because I think this card is very cool. Um, Here comes Gemini. So, like I said, the adaptation of Triple Dust Tornado. Yeah, so instead of like Bandit, I should be playing Triple Dust Tornado because, to be completely honest, this deck may have infinite back row, but I only have so few pushes, and I may not lose to monsters, but I do lose the other back row. So I need to like contest that back row. There's so much of it in this format. It's like, dang. Yeah, so yeah, I tried. See, I'm like trying to, I'm like main decking trap hole and like weird shenanigans, right? I'm just trying to like one for one the opponent, but without Dust Tornado, it's like, yeah. Anyways, I feel like this is the coolest type control deck because Gemini counter. This card is just like a spell negate, which of course, I mean, it requires having a Gemini on field, but there's not really a spell negate this clean as Gemini. There's not really a spell negate that as clean as Gemini counter as in this format as I guess you'd really want to see. Like, there's the spell negate that discards a card. There's I don't know, like random, like gladiator based spell negates, which are like weirdly costly and are also non-engine. And it's like, yeah, it's just yeah. But then there's road, but then it conflicts with repression, which I don't really like. So these 6 cards might change. Also, these also might change. I'll come back to this deck. And as you can see, the Seers damage contenders is basically, like I said, a recruiter or an Uglixer, basically. Which I mean, this is the Uglixer, the Reforged Truth. So yeah. So yeah, Gemini shenanigans. I'm gonna show a replay where I win and then a replay where I lose to like some wacko shit. Yeah, it's just embarrassing. My deck can just lose to just it's the most jankiest things. That's kind of the beauty of this format. So here comes Hero Beat again. Hate to see the Hero Beat. So here comes Future Fusion. I'm literally trying to just tag this into any deck, right? Rap Tennis. Love to see it. Yeah, so I was testing like Limit Reverse and like what is it, Birthright to revive these cards. Um, do I end up cutting them? I don't. I guess I do. I might try those again because Birthright is kind of good with uh, Valkyria and Soldier. So I set 4. Back row lineup is pretty solid. Spell negate, trap negate, engine. This dude, Mirror Force. I decided to not attack because I was like, okay, I stuck this guy. Now he has to deal with it, right? Summons the alias. Yeah, so unfortunately, this Mirror Force is basically only a 1-for-1 because this alias was searched. But I'm fine with that. Here comes the road, and then I'm like, yeah, this is 7 tools, baby. So 7 tools is very good in mass back row matchups, but also it's like if you had a Dust Tornado, this card would probably be well. Obviously, this card wouldn't be gone. You'd have to randomly snipe it. And I don't know, it's just maybe it's just too narrow. Like they could have a Book of Moon, which by the way, Book of Moon absolutely destroys Gemini Soldier. But there were definitely moments where it's like, okay, this card is a little too narrow. And I think Dust Tornado also helps play around other things like heavy, because it can set cards, and yeah, it is cool for it. So that happened. I let this go because I'm basically thinking it's like, yeah, so I let that go because it's like, okay, I have Reinforced Truth. I can rebuild. I'm fine with losing my guy because my future vision is coming and he has to deal with that. And once I see him deal with that, then I'll Reinforce Truth. I'm basically just trying to like put monsters in play that are annoying and then make him deal with it, right? So he attacks. This is fine. I think, yeah. This is what I love about Reinforced Truth. Summon my boy, attack, deal with stuff, right? Unfortunately, I get Hero Blast. Yeah, and then Royal Oppression is like weirdly dead. Actually, wait a minute. Did I draw this just now? Am I crazy? Draw Deep Prison. Wait. Okay, I drew Royal Oppression before he summoned Cyber Dragon. Okay, no, or after he summoned Cyber Dragon. I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute, did I not impression this? Okay, we're fine. Anyways, yeah, so this is another tough thing about playing back row. Is like they stick a monster and you just have to deal with it because yeah, you can't really you need engine in order to like deal with like this isn't like modern world where they'll go like -2 to try to resolve a really powerful effect. This is like I'm summoning big monsters that you have to deal with and trade 1 for 1 with, which is not ideal for back row decks because you kind of want to trade 2 for 1 or 1 for 2 a lot of times. So here comes that summons a dude. Yeah, so this is just terrible, right? Stratos is coming. It's gonna pop on my back row, and yeah, he's like summon good response. Yeah, you have to declare which effect you're using, by the way, but I think he knew, and once I realized, I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. Gonna pop 2. Anyways, here's another tech I was trying, which I mean you saw on this list. Oh, yes, I took it out. Um, but yeah, wall of revealing light. So yeah, the idea with swords, revealing light, and wall revealing light is like these are just one-sided floodgates that don't affect me. I guess that's what it means by one-sided. But it's like I guess they have their own restrictions. Like wall of revealing light, in order to be like super relevant, is like you can pay 2,000, which covers a lot of normal summons, but then it doesn't cover Cyber Dragon, doesn't cover Caius, doesn't cover a lot of the extra cards. So you kind of have to pay 3,000, but it's like you pay 3,000, and that is like a very real cost. So yeah, and then here's another situation where it's like, for example, or I guess unfortunately, Reinforced Truth you want to activate on your opponent's turn, on your own turn, because then you can't conduct battle phase. But maybe you could argue that you just like okay, maybe you just want to sit on the soldier, and then next turn then go into battle phase. I don't know. Soldier is sticky once it hits the field, but maybe I'll try to adapt the playstyle just for that and be like, okay, Dust Tornado, set Reinforced Truth, my turn, summon it, normal summon it, and then yeah. Or maybe try to play a combo with like summon a level 2 tuner, but then you don't battle phase. Like, I don't know. Anyways, here comes Stratos. This card is just so broken. Anyways, here comes my Gemini. Yeah, and here comes Super Poly again. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, I swing, summon that guy, and I get Super Polyed, which is just like crazy blowout. And I just set 5. Yeah, I mean, you can't oppression Super Volley, you can't Solemn Super Volley. But this card is kind of dead a lot of the times. I mean, or it's just way too niche to side deck in this form in Edison, so that's why you kind of don't see it. But yeah, I force top deck the Future Fusion. Yeah, so Future Fusion is basically engine. So I torrentially chains, hits my dude. Let me see, what's the cards looking like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. He's drawing a 6. Here comes Raptinus. Pop the dude. Yeah, unfortunately I drew double counter. We're gonna just pass going. Go pass go, pass go, pass go. Or draw go, I guess. A deep prison, draw bottomless, set it, draw Dominator, set it, draw Valkyrie, summon it, swing. Take damage. You know what's funny? Technically that's battle damage, and like I took 100 battle damage, I could summon self on technically. But like this is Gemini's, anyways. So he swings for 1100. Actually I'm pretty sure in this version of the deck, Unfortunately, I only ran like 2 soldier and like 2 Valkyria and like 1 Endymion, which I ended up fixing because it's like you need monsters in your deck in order to win the game. So, or at least the usual win condition. So I'm not running burn cards or anything. So it's like, yeah, this is just kind of not the vibe. Yeah, I definitely did run 3 soldier. Um, but that's the thing. It's like I don't really want to see soldier in my hand because you have to defend it. You have to like set it, defend it, and then do stuff next turn. But that's. Anyways, I'm just getting swung on. I have damage conductor, and I mean, I can't even summon another Valkyria because I'm just taking chip damage. So yeah, draw go. Just getting poked to death. Draw go. I'm just like, yeah, this is just stupidly enough. Honest poke plays around bottomless, plays around a lot of things, and then yeah, once again, did I leave? Is this a different replay? Did I leave? Anyways, yeah, there was. I think this is a replay where I win. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I want to show at least a win or not. It's like, okay, I'm doing all this deck building. It looks like a win, right? Yeah. See my rating? Yeah. First time playing rated duels. Um, maybe not first time, but like, I've been trying to play ranked, but like, I should probably find a decent build and like not use ranked to test decks, which kind of realized that was a mistake. Anyways, we're playing against some jank. No, I'm not too. It's fine. You play what you want, right? I'm playing a janky ass deck. I mean, look at this. Anyways, set. Helios. So that trades. He heavies. I'm like, whoa. 4 for 4. But then it's like, okay, he meant to change Starlight Road. Kind of ended up revealing our cards there. And you notice, like, Warwolf. What? Yeah. Yeah, so nice thing about this is I had the 7 tools. See, this is another instance of 7 tools being kind of useful in this scenario against Starlight Road. It forces my opponent to not feel like like a surprise. It's like, yeah, you thought you were safe with your road? Nah, you're not safe. And you can't change Stardust because this is a counter trap. Oh, here comes Torrential. Probably should have Torrential this, honestly. Oh, I damage reduction. And then he tries to oppression me, but I have. Actually, not thinking about it, this activates. I'm pretty sure. Does this activate during damage step? That's my bad. I'm pretty sure. Wait, actually, no, this negates activations. Or no, never mind. Does not negate activations. Never mind. Um, that'd be broken. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure this activates during damage step. Huh. That's my bad. Anyways, I mean, this game is pretty much over from the looks of it. Get the dude. Draw Horn of Heaven. Yeah, this is when I was testing Horn of Heaven. I basically wanted to have Horn of Heaven to like make use of my pluses. Because Horn of Heaven kind of a good card. Here comes another Valkyrie. Set the Heaven. Deal with this card. That's the thing about. I mean, honestly, I didn't really need to do that, but it's like, okay, if I let this stick around, he's gonna attack over my Valkyria, and then I can't really swing with Gemini because he just negates it. So yeah, but then yeah, weirdly enough, he like set this. I don't know why. There's no reason really to set this. Reinforced Truth. He sets this dude. Pop. Yuppers. Yeah, so in this game, I kind of just draw way too many monsters, which maybe I should just switch up this back row lineup for like a discard trap and then like revive traps to make use of the monsters in my hand. Maybe I play it. I don't know. I don't really want to draw a third Crusader. Maybe I play another Gemini monster to like fit in, but like I couldn't really. Yeah, it was kind of hard to like think of what to pick, right? Because I'm trying to run like a soldier control variant, right? Anyways, I planned the heavy, so I mean, I probably should have only set one of these, but like I kind of got greedy, and then of course he draws heavy. Unfortunate. That's pretty much gonna be the game though. I'm pretty sure. So I just draw a second soldier, and I'm basically tilted. I just crash. Bottomless, take 2k again. Upstart into Seer. He has mind control. Yeah. So upstart. Oh, I mean, I am playing Birthright in this variant. Yeah, so I'm still testing. So this was a misplay. I should not have Gemini countered. I should have just let this resolve. Maybe chain reinforcement. Then you notice his hand. Wait, what is going on here? Shrink, Gladiator Beast, dude. When he normal summoned Ready Ari, I was tilted. I was like, "Are you kidding me, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean?" Fortunately, he hits this card, so I can chain it. Kind of just chill. But then, of course, he has the book, and I have no way to stop this book. Yep. Loki, though, why did I attack the Cyber Dragon? That's more damage. I don't know why I attacked the Cyber Dragon. Anyways, I summon Valkyria just to be like, yeah, I'm gonna attack this. But then he shrinks it, gets his tag. Unfortunate. And then I misplay with these sets. I probably just should have set Birthright or just should have set. I probably shouldn't have set Horn. I don't know. Yeah, because I take 21 here, and then I don't get my damage condenser. And then unfortunately he pops the right card, which this would have revived my soldier, and then I would have been able to like swing into him in combo. Maybe make a comeback, but then yeah, the game is just over. So I did not show a win with my Gemini deck, huh? Yeah, I swear that look, man, Gemini soldier, cascade advantage. But maybe it's just my deck building, or I should just deck build it better. Anyways, here is my winged rhinos. Yeah, so I'm working on multiple deck lists. I'm trying. I want to try this deck list where instead of playing Solidarity and Machina shenanigans, I'm gonna try Gaia Power gadgets with Rat. I don't know how. Oh, and there's this guy, which is kind of funny. I don't know what the lore is with this. Yeah, obviously the problem with this is that it gets deck dev, but like, is what it is, right? Yeah. So basically, I increased the consistency of seeing a gadget with like rats because these work off special summon. And like maybe there's an argument to like play Call of the Haunted, but I want to play Oppression, and then like Call of the Haunted, mill the gadget, and then get your engine rolling that way. Maybe I could play it over a Hammer Shot, but I feel like I need removal because what if they have like a 2400? I don't really have a way to deal with that unless I want to play like Exiled Force or like somehow I'm in a game state where I'd somehow get enough bodies for Plasma. There's the Dandy, which kind of facilitates it. That's the newest list, which I'm pretty sure I literally just made today. Yeah, and I'm like side decking like these crazy cards. I'm trying to like experiment with like Fissure instead of Crow. Um, this is the Winged Rhinos list. Obviously, I'm main decking Forest plus Oppression just to like cover a lot of matchups. I don't really have a great replay to show for this deck. I ended up running into like what was it? It was some guy playing like Visions Beatdown, with like Barbaros and stuff. And then yeah, but in that replay, I was able to summon Plasma to like take control of a big monster with Dandy tokens and a mask, and yeah, that was pretty cool. Kind of helped deal with big monsters. So um, and obviously I'm still working on this. Haniwata is for Armory Arm OTKs. Granted, if I'm getting OTK'd, I probably got my background blown out. So I don't know if Haniwata is the best choice. I'm just trying it out. Where is? Oh, and another deck is let's see. UL Norlers. Yeah, see, very tiny UL package. So I'm gonna, yeah, hand destruction. I know, kind of wild. I'm gonna try a Dark World Dealings version of this deck, and then try to just like don't care what you draw or discard. I'm gonna Norlaris and just simplify the game state. Have a bunch of reborn spells to reborn the shaman into Tinker or into Yubel, and just loop. Right, that's like the point. I want to just simplify the game state and get that going. There was a really good replay that I had with Yubel, specifically this very version, where I was able to summon like all three Dragos, and it was against like a Machina Raikou deck, and it was like pretty like it was a cool grind. I won game one, lost game two, lost game three though. Fortunately, there's another list, but this is like whatever. There's some like wax shenanigans, right? I tried to make like a Gemini combo deck. I haven't tested this though. Like I said, testing is where the vibes are at. And then here's another deck list. This is like some theory crafting with Sky Score. So this is basically Jinzo fairies. This card right here is basically Jinzo with a fairy that can also lock out spells with a Karibo engine. And I think this is like a really cool adaptation that I kind of want to see in other decks. I probably should be playing Tethius, the Tethius package, but Yeah, so in theory, Cristia locks out special summons, Sky Scourge in Villis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Locks out spells, and then you could have a Royal Decree up. So you could lock out spell traps and have a Cristia. And I mean, that's kind of cool. Anyways, I was also trying a quick draw Yubel list, which I think is this one. And I was also trying to make like an idea of like you incarnate, pop Nephthys Reborn, pop all back row, quick draw, and then also have like a drill in play that will dodge all that stuff. But it's just like a lot of moving pieces, and it's really inconsistent. And like, yeah, um, yeah. Anyways, much love for Edison format. I will try to keep uploading. I have some other things to do, or maybe not other things, but like other opinions on the format I'd like to discuss. Um, yeah, I low key want to go to an RPT, but I have not gotten any cards. So, anyways, see y'all in the next one.